out the signals for the Baltimore Colts. Unitas gives to Amici. The Colts are the world champions. Amici scores.
It's amazing, sensational, dramatic, heart-rending, exciting, thrilling finish in the history of college football. California has won the big game. 5 seconds left in the game. You believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
This is Phil Steele.
This is Mike Burnham.
This is Wes Durham.
This is Mike Ashley.
Hi, this is Chuck Foreman, number 44 of the Minnesota Vikings.
Woo, mercy, this is handsome Jimmy Vane, the Boogie Woogie Man.
This is Coach Fry with Virginia Tech football, and you are listening to Big Dog Sports Talk.
Are you ready to rock? Are you ready to roll? Okay, let's do it.
You're in the doghouse with Rick Watson on Big Dog Sports Talk, presented by Pulaski County Sports and Entertainment. Join us in the Family Fencing Studios and chime in on the McClellan Chiropractic chat line. He's keeping cool with help from Little River Heating and Air, but this show is straight fire. And now, the big dog, Rick Watson.
Rick Watson's got the mic, he's the big dog king. Cover sports so sharp, it's a new river thing. Virginia Tech fire, rapid pride too. Every stat, every play, he's bringing it to you. He's got that voice, deep as a valley, breaking it down, no dilly, no dally. Big Dog Sports Talk, feel the bark, feel the bite. Rick's in the zone, every day, every night, from the Hokies to the Highlanders. He's got the spark, Big Dog Sports Talk, lighting up the dark. He's got the scoop, faster than a sprint. Calling plays like a coach, every word's a hint. From the courts to the fields, the stories unfold. Rick's play-by-play, worth its weight in gold. With a laugh and a growl, he'll pull you in. Big Dog's podcast, let the games begin. Big Dog Sports Talk, feel the bark, feel the bite. Rick's in the zone, every day, every night, from the Hokies to the Highlanders. He's got the spark, Big Dog Sports Talk, lighting up the dark.
Hey, how are you? Good morning. It is Tuesday here on the program. Hit us up in the McClellan Chiropractic chat room. We'd love to hear from you. Freshman Door Incorporated text line is 391-0788. What's up, Steven? What's up, Prometheus? No, I do not play Roblox. What's up, you saying? Everybody subscribe, please. Today, Marvin Miami joins us coming up. Brian Siegler from Boundary Corner, and then Mike Burnham. I think he's down in Florida. I believe he is. There we go. There we go. But I hope everybody's doing okay here on the program. We're meandering along here during the last day of June, heading into July. America's 250th birthday celebration hits on Saturday. I believe most, well, I don't know about most, but I've heard many of the fireworks displays are going to be on Friday. I don't know. I guess they might be broken up. I don't know. So we have a lot going on this week. Happy birthday to America. We want to thank Family Fencing, sponsor of our studio. Give them a call for a free quote. Thanks to Jason Green, 540-200-8294. We mentioned Mark Hunley over at McClellan Chiropractic at 155 Walters Drive. He's got all the latest equipment, and let him go help you. NRB Super Bowl is going to be the spot of our bash on July the 18th. A lot of people are reaching out. Look, you're welcome to come. Just come on over. Morris, we thank him for helping organize the whole thing, or basically being the organizer of the whole thing. 382-5525. Make sure you go check out their Midnight Madness. Sundown Electric, excellent reputation, long list of satisfied clients, superior craftsmanship, attention to detail, clear communication, honest, and integrity. That's their motto down in Elliston. James Lawson, 540-381-8011. 300 North Franklin Street in Christiansburg. Parts for your homes, your windows, and your doors. ReadySetFun.com. Bob Christ, it's terrific. Check it out. BOBCRST11 @gmail. I've had several people ask me about it. Well, go read up on it. ReadySetFun.com. Churches, schools, school teams, rec teams, whatever you might need, you can raise the money you need quickly. We mentioned Professional Door, and Travis Williams tomorrow starts 40 years in business. Congratulations to Travis, continuing his father's build. And we're going to have some great announcements regarding all that. National Bank member FDIC's exclusive banking partner of yours truly and this program. We want to thank Larry Ramsey and all those wonderful folks. The attorney Ryan Pry down in Radford, 701 West Main Street, Trust and Estate Planning. We need a good question of the week. Wayne, if you're around, help us out. Question of the week. Little River Heating and Air, 1095 Radford Street, Christiansburg, 540-553-2971. Get your air units checked out immediately. And we're going to hear from Jonathan Sweet, I hope, this week. Pulaski County Sports and Entertainment, the presenting sponsor of BDST. And they're going to have their AJSA jet ski event returning to Claytor Lake coming up. That's on August 1st and 2nd. That's something we need to talk about. Sportsplex is nearing its completion. Scoreboards are up. The playground is in place, and the flooring is getting installed. Very, very excited. Let's see here. We're looking at the building's opening is in late October. And don't forget about Pulaski County Motorsports Park, selected to host the third IHRA Stock Car Series event. So that's coming up as well. So they got a lot going on, man. River Turtles are playing ball. Go hang out. Pulaski County's getting it done, as always. And we appreciate them and their support here on the program, because we couldn't do it without them. And we always appreciate your support. Hit us up here. We'd love to hear from you. Land of the free, home of the brave. That's right. If you found out you had exactly 24 hours left to live, who would you finally tell the truth you've never had the courage to say? I don't think I have a lot of hidden truths. That's a good question, though. That makes you ponder, doesn't it? It's a good question, Lola. L-O-L-A, Lola. Sorry, that's my very bad Ray Davies Kinks impersonation. Please subscribe, all the new folks in chat. I wonder what kind of lies professional athletes and coaches would attest to. Like, you think Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini would finally come out and just end all their lies? Gambling lies, things like that. You see, NBA's got more issues with indictments and so forth. Things that don't get covered. It's interesting. When things don't fit the agenda and the mindset of the media, they just completely get swept under the rug. Like, nobody's covering the NBA's ongoing gambling issues and the indictments and arrests. They just kind of let that go. They keep talking about the draft. They keep talking about the Knicks and all these things. It's like the media now, the access media and entertainment. This Supergirl movie was a massive flop for all the reasons in the world that make Hollywood so unbearable, but yet they're blaming males, misogyny. Never ends. It just never ends. I've heard from a lot of, which is cool. I'm glad. I've heard from a lot of soccer fans. I mentioned this going off the air yesterday. You know, just because you don't necessarily have the same affinity for something as somebody else doesn't make you really anything. Doesn't make you a hater. Doesn't make you an ist. I do not have an innate passion for soccer. I never will. It doesn't mean I don't respect the amazing talent and endurance and how much they run around. It's incredible. I really love their fields because they play on grass. What a concept. Because, you know, they've done their research in all these leagues and they realize grass is much safer than plastic. But, hey, that's okay. We're going to put really heavy, strong physical dudes that's wearing heavy physical equipment on turf and just pretend like that's the same as grass because it's cheaper and we don't have to deal with changing it all the time. That's the NFL's motto. If you really wanted for them to tell the truth about why they continue to install this plastic crap, colleges are doing it. Well, it's going to save money in the long run. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. High schools are doing it everywhere. When they can afford it, they are. What's up, Pitch Vibe? But I don't hate it. I generally enjoy broadcasting it over at Radford. You know, our women's program is the best program in the history of the Big South. 10 Big South championships. And I love how hard they play. Our men's program is one of our legacy programs. And you have an appreciation for it. But I'm not going to sit down, you know, in the evening when you finally take a deep breath and you're reflecting on your day. I mean, I'm not going to sit down and watch Morocco play the Netherlands. I wouldn't do that if it were an Olympic basketball game. Paraguay and Germany. I mean, it's not something I'm going, ooh, okay, let's flip that on. I don't really know what group they're in here in the round of 32, but let's watch that. No, it's not for me. If it's for you, that's awesome. Love it. Whatever stokes your passion sporting wise, that is your call and yours only. And more power to you. I'm thrilled to death that you find enjoyment out of that and it gives you some peace of mind, right? I can't say that watching sports for me necessarily gives me peace of mind because I get too uptight, especially when the Broncos are playing. You get a little too emotional. You probably feel that way, Tech fans, Virginia fans, American football fans. There's a little too much angst to enjoy it. You enjoy it afterwards if you win. But you know what? That's that the world is. You like what you like, and it's okay. What's up, Jetta? Please subscribe. Like, I'm not going to set and put a label on you for liking something or not liking something that I like. A lot of people don't like American football from other nations. A lot do, a lot don't. A lot of people don't care for soccer. All right? A lot of people, that's their passion of sport to the ends of the world. And that's, you know what? That's okay. That is okay. Do I know Jon Snow? Is that the actor? Isn't he an actor, Jon Snow? Let me know, Sutter what? But anyway, I just wanted to address that because I have heard from several, not several, but a few, wondering why I don't sit here and run down the full schedule of World Cup matches and all that. Hey, I've even talked about it. Some of the the highlights, especially what Messi has done, is just incredible. It's incredible. It's great. But it's not necessarily for me all the time. Game of Thrones. Oh, yeah. I remember that character. Sure, I do. I got to be honest, Stoner Watt, and I need to go back, and it's my fault. I think I watched the first season or a lot of the first season, and then I stopped, and I don't remember. I never went back to it. And I know the last couple seasons are crap, right? Much love back to you, brother. We try to be that way here on the program. Here you go, Morris. From my 7th grade history trip across the state of Virginia, my heart still swells with pride in what helped shape my patriotic American opinion. BDST is alive with pride. Thank you. What's up, Golden Crystal? Goodness heart is loving kindness and compassion, positive truth and peace. Correct. Confident, strong in your heart. Wow, what a great message. Together, believe and respect. I'm going to give that a star. Yes, absolutely. There's not enough of that in this world. There's too much discourse, too much encouragement against one another. And it gets so obvious who's behind it. You just got to open your eyes and not be brainwashed. That's a great message, though, Crystal. Thank you. Very nice of you. Now, I'll watch the U.S. plays soon, right? Let me look. Now, I don't know it off the top of my head. No. People are like, don't you know when the U.S. plays? No. They play Wednesday. So they play tomorrow against Bosnia at 8 o'clock. Okay. If I'm awake, I'll start watching. I mean, I want them to win. I've talked about that. They should win that one, right? Shouldn't they win that one? I think they should win that one. I hope so. If more people love curling, America's floors would be much cleaner. Hey, really? Hey, I remember you. Yeah, I remember you from yesterday. Welcome back. That's true, T-Bird. Look, okay, let's talk about curling. It is clearly so popular in the world that it's an Olympic sport. Now, I watch it, and I don't understand it. And I sit there as a sideways head twist thinking, he's going to knock that into that. He's trying to get into that circle. I give it a shot. Correct, Jurassic Park. Absolutely. Welcome back, really. Yeah. You know, back when we were growing up, we had the ABC Wild World of Sports. Y'all remember that with Jim McKay? And early on, when ESPN was still building toward credibility, they've completely lost it all now. But back when they used to have credibility amongst they would show these random weird sports. You would go all over the world on the ABC Wild World of Sports. And it was very interesting, the things you would learn, because I'm growing up in southwestern Virginia on a farm in Dublin, and I'm not sitting around, with any of this stuff. But when you see it, you're like, wow, it opens up the world to you, right? It was cool. I'm not necessarily saying I'm going to follow it, but at that time, you're just kind of sitting there and you're like, wow, this is kind of cool. Curling is cornhole on ice, kind of, maybe, Brian says. I think that's a pretty good description. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't actively seek it out. It's kind of like soccer. Morris says, I could never play that. I would want to play curling like I do bowling. Throw it as hard as you can and let's see what happens. Didn't they have some kind of cheating scandal in the last Olympics? Didn't they just have that in the Winter Olympics? Didn't they have like a cheating scandal? Curling? I'm not sure how you cheat at curling. Curling. Did they mess up the weight of the big orb? I don't know what they're called. But didn't one team accuse the other of cheating? I'm not sure how you cheat at curling. You've got to watch that group. They cheat at curling. I mean, is it like Belichick and the Patriots, right? With Deflategate filming their opponent? I mean, I'm not sure exactly what goes into a cheating scheme of curling. Well, Zombie, if that's the case, don't go near a match. That's all I can say. That's my best advice for you. I drink propane and propane accessories. I don't know. But hey, I'm not hating on curling, okay? I'm not hating curling. Just stop my cup of tea. I gave the example yesterday. You know what? American football, which is rapidly the most popular thing in this country by far from a sports perspective, it's not everybody's cup of tea across the world, full time anyway. What's up, Gamer of Exos? Please subscribe. T-Bird says croquet was huge when I was a young boy. Yeah, I remember croquet. Yeah, every family had a croquet set and played at family gatherings, 100%. And my mom was so randomly good at certain things. Bowling, she was excellent, and she was really good at croquet. Yeah, there was something about having the mallet, and yeah, I remember that. The balls were cool. They were heavy. What's up, Casey? How are you? Good morning. Please subscribe. I do remember croquet. Is croquet still a thing? Remember putting the little arches, the little metal arches in the yard, and you had to hit the stick, right? Get them through there. Yeah, I could see that being that's got some of the same origin of curling. What's going on, Jeff? Good morning to you. Hanging out on a Tuesday. Temperatures are going to soar here in the southeastern part of the United States of America in the beginning of July. It has already in many places, but that's okay. It's July. I wish we would get more rain consistently. This drought is extended. It's a strange kind of drought too, right? You watch New River and the bodies of water that are low and thinning out, yet the yard, my yard anyway, is not overly brown. Usually you can really tell how, I guess because it hasn't been so directly hot yet. Now we're getting there. Maybe that'll change now. Hey, I'd go out and play some croquet right now. If we had a croquet field, I'd go play some croquet. You sound like when you're playing croquet, you really sound cultured, right? What are you doing today, man? I don't know, man. I'm going to lay around, watch a movie. What are you going to do? I've got a croquet match at 3. Oh, yeah. I'm playing croquet later. All right. The Yard Olympics in 1972 included croquet, badminton, and long darts. Did it really? Did it really? So in 1972, they had croquet, badminton, and lawn darts. Good knowledge, Brian. Really? Lawn darts for kids, probably the most irresponsible. Oh, the Yard Olympics. I'm sorry. I missed that part. Remember lawn darts for kids? I mean, it had to be the single most irresponsible toy for kids ever created. Sure. Okay, here you go, Bobby. Here's your sharp long dart set. Throw them at whatever you want. You see that target? Just stay away from the family dog. Black Sabbath. Yeah, I know all about Black. Well, I know a lot about Black Sabbath. I don't know all about Black Sabbath. Big Iron Man fan from Sabbath. Where it wasn't the same band when Ricky Rhodes died. You yard Olympics, I like that. And I played a lot of badminton too. Badminton was fun, man. A lot of good exercise with badminton. A lot of good. Oh, that's so cool. Your uncle saw Sabbath in 70? Wow, Joe, that's cool, man. Morris says maybe Rick would agree to either a croquet BDSD gathering, even better pickleball tournament. Between matches, we can have Panera breadsticks and pink lemonade. Got to stay refreshed. And yeah, and if we're playing croquet and having the pink lemonade, when you have your pinky's got to stay out, right? That's the cultured way to drink the cup. T-Bird says he stuck a long dart deep into the roof once. Surprisingly, I didn't get a whooping. Jeff says we played badminton over Mom's clothesline. Yeah, I think I did too. My Granny Watson down in Fairlawn. Yeah, you didn't want to put the net up. I'm pretty sure we did the same thing. Matter of fact, I know we did. She had two lines up, flat part of the backyard of her house, and we would hit. That's exactly right. Jeff, I did the same thing down at my grandmother's because they didn't want to put the stuff up. Yeah, sure did. And it was up solidly, right? Because, the clothesline, my grandmother's anyways, they were up on these big metal that were cemented into the ground. You didn't mess with grandma's clothesline, right? But the badminton net had those flimsy little stakes that bent so easily. What we should have used was the long darts. The long darts would have held it in place. Oh, that's cool, Joe. My uncle was a Vietnam combat veteran, and he saw hard rock metal bands since 1969. Well, thank him for his service for us, Joe. That is very cool. We have a lot of service folks in our chat regularly. Welcome. Please subscribe. That's awesome. There's no group of humans I have more respect for on this earth than our servicemen and women. Breadsticks. We have dental offices here. I know Morris sent me a shot last night at the dental place. I'm thinking, that's a subsidiary Panera business if I ever saw one. Yeah, don't run into one of those posts. They didn't move. Exactly. She had these two white. I remember now. It's so cool because you just sparked a memory. We played badminton, me and my cousins, my brother. But she had like the two clotheslines. They were about, I don't know, they were far enough apart to where you could hang, sheets, whatever. She was a nurse as well. So she would have her work outfits, her nursing out. So they were far enough apart to where there was space, but you could be on either side. And, if the birdie went between the two clotheslines, that was a point for the other team. It had to be over both. Couldn't just clear one. But man, I remember those things were on those, I guess it's metal. I don't know what they were made out of. And they went across. They had the top part look like a T. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? And it was down into the ground, and it cemented into the ground. I remember mowing over them with the push mower, just mowing right over the cement. And those things weren't going anywhere. Yeah, you don't die for the birdie when you're playing on grandma's clothesline. Am I from Texas? I am not. I have been to Texas many times, but I'm not from Texas. Welcome, W3NT3D. Please subscribe. Our badminton sets were short-lived. Once the birdies all landed out of reach, we ruined the rackets hitting green apples. We got a little tiny apple. She had an apple tree in her backyard. We used to try to throw them against this old shed, like this old shed that nobody used, and we'd make a target and throw those apples and try to hit the target. Galvanized T-post. Yes, Prometheus. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's exactly what we did. And it didn't matter if you put the badminton net up, it wouldn't stay, right? It would kind of do if the wind blew, it would be like, I mean, you had to have the right kind of stakes to tie that thing off, because then it would kind of collapse in the middle a little bit. It would sink, but not Granny's clothesline. I mean, that thing was of Olympic quality badminton. Morris says, me and my buddy were riding horseback one time in Newport on the farm. My horse unexpectedly took off right before getting home, and I caught the clothesline right under my neck and threw me off. Well, I'm sorry. It's not funny, but it kind of is. I'm glad you're okay. Fun times. Yeah, we had horses. We rode horses, and when you did lose them, when they would start, you had to really work to get them back. They could take you under. We had situations where they would sometimes run into our wooded area, and you had lower tree limbs, man, and it was like a scene from a movie. You had to do some ducking and dodging till you got them back under control. Morris literally got clotheslined. And we're not talking the wrestling version. We're talking the legitimate version. Is it wrong that my first reaction was that I laughed? Sorry, Morris. We're going to go Big Dog Pop again on Thursday night, by the way. Yep. So join us on Thursday. Hey, I might go a little earlier than 7. I might start at 6:30, 6 or 6:30. Morris said my buddy somehow thought that was the funniest shit he ever saw. I didn't think it was. It is good memories. I appreciate it. See, this is why I love chat. You spark some really cool memories. Granny's clothesline badminton. Grab the rackets and let's go. And when you're younger, it's one of those things that you just accept, but you don't really understand. I never understood how the birdie worked, how cool it was that you had the little rubber oval and you could hit that thing on high and that thing would try. I was always like, wow, that's cool. And I used to sit around and go, how does it always know to fall? I didn't know about, the law of gravity and physics and all that the heavy end was always going to flip over and fall. Wow, you always hit it. You never hit it on the side. Well, no kidding, Rick. It's why it's made the way it's made. Oh. Well, ask Marva if she played any of these games growing up. Now, Marva said her smoke alarm is going off. So she is sending her apologies a little early. Sorry, she says. Marva always has the most random things that go wrong around her home. Like, I'm going to ask her what's going on down there. We got to talk about Marva's living conditions. I'm not sure they're up to snuff. What's up, other Matthew, on the Professional Door text line? No, I have not. People are asking about, have I given my Tech win prediction? No, not yet. Not my official win prediction. I'm not there yet. I won't be there I'm not doing that probably until a week or two before the first game. Because it's impossible to know about these other teams. So, yeah. Well, it's not even her kids, though, Prometheus. It's like stuff that just goes wrong in her house. Like one day she literally couldn't do the show because her air conditioner broke, and she said it was like 90 degrees in her home. Now all of a sudden you have Yeah, the smoke alarm is randomly going off. What's going on? You think she lives in a haunted apartment or townhouse or home? T-Bird says we saved our allowances and all bought wrist rockets. Ooh, wrist rockets. Oh, man. T-Bird, you're going to yell at me. What is a wrist rocket? We brought a wheelbarrow load of green grapes indoors, removed the screen door window, and kept score of who splattered the most passing vehicles. All right, so what's a wrist rocket? So yeah, I'll have my win total in August for Tech. My prediction. Wrist rocket slingshot. Oh, okay. Now I know what you're talking about. My brother had that. Yeah, I got you, T-Bird. So you would sling the grapes through the wrist rocket. Yeah, I didn't realize that's what it was called, but I do remember that. A wrist rocket is a popular type of slingshot featuring a metal or molded brace that rests against the forearm. Yeah, okay. Cool. If the smoke alarm went off in my house as a kid, I guarantee it was my fault. Reed is just raising his hand. I'm guilty. Well, you can basically go to hell, buddy. Anti-American comment. Hey, what's going on? Suku? Extra points were awarded for UPS trucks and U.S. mail trucks. Yeah, I didn't realize they were called wrist trucks, but I never had one. But yeah, I remember brother had that. My cousin and yeah, I got you. I remember him shooting rocks at his. He didn't shoot them at like people or houses, but I remember him pulling back and like trying to hit things, like trees. We had so many trees on the property and so forth. Wrist rockets, yeah. Very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, I think it is, Prometheus. It's kind of like a slingshot. Let me see. Let me show you. When I saw it, I recognized it. Yeah. Yeah, when I do, I get rid of them, Prometheus. I mean, more. See right there? And that thing went across your wrist, and it was just like a big old slingshot. That's the wrist rocket. Yeah, many of the folks are legitimate folks who are discovering the show, but a lot of the times it's the bots who go to every live stream. But that's, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You know how I hate we've lost? I don't know. Remember Vic? You had all the headlines. I don't know where he went. Hate that we lost Vic. He always kept me on my toes, or got me updated. I'd come in and see Vic had have 4 or 5 headlines. What did I miss last night? I would just go to Vic. We didn't have any homemade grape jelly that winter. For some reason, the crop was too small. Gee, I wonder what happened. My best friends put BBs in the wrist rocket. I could see that. The wrist rocket. Wow. Good memories, man. Good memories. And I'm telling you, too, it was always the best time of year was when the Sears Christmas catalog came out. And you immediately went to all the NFL stuff. You can find those old pages online. I think what I miss more about anything than the wonderment of being young and for Christmas time and waking up Christmas morning and having that excitement is the anticipation of the Christmas catalog. Moore says, wouldn't it be great to have a wrist rocket to use with buckshot pellets on those bad botters? It would be. Just kind of pick them off. Well, here's someone I would never use a wrist rocket on. Creed's coming in from his nighttime excursion. Let me grab him. All right. All the girls loved hula hoops. I remember hula hoops. I never was good at the hula hoop. But I'll tell you one thing. I had a big wheel every year because inevitably I would destroy the big wheel from the previous year. Yeah. Yeah, it did seem like the Christmas catalog showed up, right? It showed up at the grandmother's house before it did your home. She'd always have it right there on the coffee table. Ah! Take that thing, go sit outside. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I don't believe there's ever been a more constructed, better winter jacket than the old NFL winter jackets. Am I wrong? I have my old Broncos jacket somewhere. It's not in great shape, but I do have it. 10 push-ups is child's play, Cossie, but I can't show you with the way the camera is set up. It's probably because mom and dad hit it. Yeah, it's probably true. I mean, that thing would provide way too much entertainment. No, actually not, Ball Finch. Just keep it tight. This light makes it look much worse. But in any event. My cousins in Walton repurposed their Sears wish books. It lasted until about March. And you could go, and it never got old looking at that stuff over and over again, whether it was the NFL pajamas, the sheets. I had the whole thing. I had the sheet set with all the logos. I had the curtains, the matching curtains, pillowcases. Had all that stuff, man. Yeah, it was, man. That thing was, yeah, the Christmas catalog. I mean, they took some time to put that thing together. And you look back at the effort, nobody would do that today. Nobody would do that today. Yeah, I have my trash can. Matter of fact, I have 2. It's right there. Come on. Hang on. Let me show you. There it is. There it is. Now, this was the first one from like 1977. What do you think, huh? And I've kept it in good shape. Got some scrapes on it, but there you go. There you go. You could say that maybe the Broncos deserve to be in the trash. There you go. Did y'all enjoy that? Did y'all enjoy my trash can? My trash can prop? You know, if you tried to buy that, you looked it up, things like hundreds of dollars now. But in any event, that was my Broncos trash can. Waiting on Marva. She said she needed about 3 more minutes. Uh-oh. What's going on at Marva's? I'm now genuinely concerned. Brian Siegler and Mike Burnip a little bit later on as well. So, yeah, I'm a little concerned. A little concerned. Thank you very much. People complimenting my trash can. I don't know. I don't know what's going on at Marva's this morning. I really don't. I have no idea. We're waiting to see if we can find out what's going on. When she pops on, I'll be very happy that she's okay. What's up, Rusty? What's up, Nameplay? Please subscribe. Hey, Low Country, how are you? Welcome back. I'll tell you what's on the docket, Low Country. We have been talking about badminton, croquet, wrist rockets. I mean, we're covering all the important topics here today. Joining us now on the program, oh my goodness, she just looks completely dressed. Miami, what in the world is going on?
I'm sorry. I am just putting out some fires this morning, not literally, but just things are going on. But everything's fine. We're here now. And did you tell everyone about the...
I did. What's going on with the smoke alert? Is everything okay?
Oh, no,
Nothing's on fire.
Okay. Nothing is on fire. It's just, it needs the battery to be changed, but we can't reach it. It's really high up. And so I didn't have time to deal with it before the show. So I hate it. So I'm actually in my daughter's room because I think it's the furthest room away. So maybe you won't hear the chirp. Well, I don't know if you can hear it, but it just went off. Did you hear it?
No.
Okay,
I don't
good.
think we heard it.
Good,
I don't think
good.
we heard
My
it.
usual
I do like the curtain behind you looks great. That's
very
awesome.
nice. Yes.
Yeah, very
Yes.
nice.
So pink used to be her favorite color. She is, and for me, it's just not anymore. So, yeah, we'll be making some changes, I guess.
So, is this a house that you guys live in? Is it a complex? What do you guys live in?
No, we live in a condo right now.
Condo, okay.
And it's really hard to get up there. Like, again, I was scrambling, trying to figure out, can we get up there somehow this morning and try to stop? But it was just not safely. So we decided not to do it.
Well, I mean, there's always what happened. You remember you had the air conditioning issue? You said it was like 90 degrees in your house.
Yes,
Remember that?
yes.
It cost you an appearance on the show.
We're actually moving. So
good.
Yeah, we're moving. So we will be out of this situation. It's just, yeah. Next week I should be in a different place when you guys see me. So
really, are you going close to the beach, or are you going in general?
No,
area?
actually, just a mile away from here. But yeah, we're leaving the condo life behind. So
the condo life behind.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I don't know what to talk about anymore, but yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Good.
You know, weird neighbors.
I got you. Hey, did you ever have a wrist rocket?
Here now are nice, actually, but when we first came here, there was some weird people.
I got you. Did you ever have a wrist rocket growing up?
No. What is?
Did you ever have? It was one of those big slingshots that you'd put around your wrist, and you could. We've been talking about the important stuff this morning. Croquet. Did you ever play croquet?
No,
but you really never. Okay. All right. Badminton.
Yes, I had one of those sets.
Okay.
Did you have a set? That was fun, right?
So, yeah, everybody played badminton. Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like people don't play it anymore.
So what is your take on, okay, I've been trying to explain this because I've gotten some people. Soccer, the World Cup's here, right?
Yeah. And people are excited.
It's great. And you know what? That is wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
they're
personally
playing matches down here. Like, I don't know if or games, but yeah, in Miami, yeah.
It's great. And I love that people, it's just never going to be my first choice of like, I can't
It'll
wait
never
to watch
be my first choice.
Yeah.
You know, my husband likes to watch a little bit, so he's watched some of the games, and I will watch a little bit, but it's just, I don't know. I find it disorienting the way the time goes up instead of going down, and then sometimes they have to add. I don't know. It's just not my thing. I didn't grow up with it. Like, I just don't even remember anybody playing it. Now, my husband grew up in upstate New York, and he's like, yeah, when I was a kid, I played soccer, but he played everything. So he's like, yeah, that was one of the things I played. But nobody was playing it where I grew up. And so I just never really got into it. And, my kids played for a little while. Like, my son played one season, my daughter played 2. And then they decided they were done with it. And so while they were playing, of course, I would be there and I would watch and, be snack mom whenever I was supposed to. But I don't know. And I can appreciate, though, the top line soccer players. I mean, they're incredible athletes running around all the time.
Sure they are.
And of course, they have their floppers, too, just like, basketball. There's some guys no flopping. But I think you almost have to kind of grow up with something to have that passion. Maybe it's passed down from your parents. They loved it or something. Because I don't have it, but I am excited for those people. I'm excited for tourism dollars it's bringing in for communities that need that.
Sure.
But I'm just, it's just not my thing.
Not our thing. I mean, the first memory I have of soccer was Pele and the New York Cosmos. I remember that vividly beyond. Oh, who's that? Dad would tell me that's Pele. He's an international. Oh, okay. That's cool. Who's the Cosmos? Professional soccer. Oh, okay. Well, he's pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
That was my first memory of soccer was Pele.
But, they talk about in certain countries, though, it is so big and the kids grow up playing it and seeing these stars. And that's who they look up to. Whereas here they might look up to football or basketball players. And so, that's their thing. And
absolutely.
In South Florida, we have a lot of immigrant communities and a lot of people. Like I went into a bank recently and a lady had on this Brazil thing. And she's like, I am originally from Brazil. I've been in this country a long time. She's an American citizen now. But she's like, that is huge. She said the fact that they're playing and they're, I didn't know where they're playing, but I was like, yes, I was happy for her. I just didn't, but that's how much people are into it. And people, from different areas that they're wearing like our home country jersey and they're really into it. And I'm just like, again, I'm happy for them. And I share, but it's just like, that doesn't mean I'm going to watch, but I'm happy for them. That they're excited.
Well, I think the three things that I think that keep it from being like an American-centric sport: the lack of scoring, that frustrates Americans, right? Overall, I'm just saying in general.
Because you can finish, nothing, and
and you've mentioned the other two already. The flopping is just disgusting, and it only seems to happen on the men's side. I don't see the women flopping around on the field. It's only on the men's side.
Known for that. And I'm not going to make a commentary on the
it's awful.
But,
it's and the faking of injuries and it's just
you can tell that was designed. You're trying to get a red card or yellow card pulled on your opponent to act like and it's like someone, a sniper took you out, but nothing.
It is. And the other, I just, you've already said it. The time I've had people try to explain it.
Me, that's hard to keep up with, right?
I don't understand the whole. And let's just add however many. And who can trust that with all the gambling accusations that are going on in sports and the scrutiny? How do you know what the official time is? The injury time? They have no idea.
I just find it confusing. Like I'm sure that it's a fit, there's some person there taking care of it, making sure it's official. But because you don't really ever know how much is going to be added back, and I just find it confusing. And I'm not saying they need to change it for me, because I'm just one person. You don't need to change it for me, but it just means that it's going to be harder for me to get into it. And when my kids were playing, at least those were my kids, so I'm going to be interested. I'm going to they're running around and having fun, and I'm always in favor of that. But to watch, and I don't have a person either. There's not like a person I follow.
I know.
I know some of the big names. Like my son has a Messi jersey because he wanted to have one because a lot of his friends,
and he's playing in Miami, right?
Yeah. And so he wanted a jersey, so we got him a jersey, and he was just so happy. But it doesn't mean he's a soccer guy. It's just that his friends have him. His friends talk about him all the time, and so we wanted one, so we got him one.
It's fine. But the whole counting of the clock going up makes no common sense.
I think it's weird. I think it's so against everything we're used to that we struggle.
It is.
Right?
It is.
The clock is
Count
supposed to be
down. You're running at. There's a 2-minute warning. There's not an 87-minute warning. It's a 2-minute warning. It's about to dissipate
right now, or it's just my allergies. One or the other.
What's going on in your?
I said I was getting emotional about soccer, but really, it was just my allergies. It is interesting. I see somebody saying LeBron could be a great soccer player, because of his flopping. But the interesting thing, our top athletes, like you see a kid who's clearly athletically gifted in the United States, that's not usually where they're being steered, right? It's like
100%.
You're a big kid. You're fast too. Maybe you should play football, or maybe you should play basketball.
Correct.
Nobody's saying, what, you should be a great soccer player.
Baseball's struggling with that too now.
Yeah, baseball too. And Again, Rick, I'm sorry. It just makes I get very
That's
emotional.
all right. I know whenever we talk about soccer, I know whenever we talk about LeBron, you get emotional because I know
yeah.
he's so much better
very,
than
very
Jordan.
much so. Yes. He's but it's funny though. Even it's kind of comical. Like if you go and you see the just like I don't know, probably can go to YouTube and say soccer flopping, and you'll see like, and it's so blatant that it kind of makes it funny. But I mean, I guess people will do what they can get away with doing, right? In any sport, people will do what they can get away with doing because I mean, we talking about LeBron, we see that in the NBA sometimes. People will just fall down and they're just like, oh my goodness, he must have taken a really hard foul. And then you watch the replay and it's like,
I know.
No, he didn't. He just thought he could get a call.
Yeah, the stoppage time. That's right, T. That's what county at the end of the match. No, we're not over. How much time we got? Oh, we could have 5 minutes. We might have 8 minutes. We don't know yet. You have to wait and see when we decide to stop it.
Yeah. And, again, I'm not going to tell them how to do their sport. It's their sport, but it's like, why couldn't you just keep going and just not? I don't know. I find it confusing. And I have gone to see one MLS match in my life. And it was because I was going to.
Oh, wow. Did you really?
And I just, in person even, I still was like, oh gosh, when is this going to be? When can we get out?
Oh gosh, when is it going to end?
When can we go? But there are things I was just trying to, and I did try to, take it all in, and it was spectacle, of course. But I just, it wasn't my thing. So
yeah. Well, Tebow says dodgeball ruled. Oh, I love dodgeball.
Oh yes, dodgeball.
Yeah, good call, Tebow. Yeah,
and a lot of schools don't play dodgeball now because they say kids are too rough.
I know,
and it's like we like, well, if you don't want people to be rough, get out of the way so you don't get hit by the ball. It was kind of a different time, and it was fun. But yeah, I doubt either one of my kids have ever played dodgeball like at school. I don't think it's a thing. So I'll have to ask them today and find out if they have any experience.
That's a good question. Yeah, I'd like to know. I'd like to know that if they let them play dodgeball.
Yeah, probably not. Like we used to also play something called crab soccer when I was like in middle school.
Yeah, I remember that.
They had like a huge ball, and everybody had to be.
Yeah, what was up with that huge ball?
Where did they get that? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, kids like that when they rolled that huge ball out. Okay, we're gonna play dodge. I mean, what is it called? Crab soccer today.
And you had to crawl like a crab. You had to have the yeah.
And I mean, it was just kind of fun rolling around. I mean,
I think we called it crab ball. Crab ball, I think is what we called it.
We called it crab soccer, and so that was fun. The crab soccer, dodgeball. I went to in high school. We actually learned how to, or maybe it was middle school. I can't remember to hit a golf ball. That was one of our things in PE, to learn how to hit a golf ball. And so I'm sure somebody had donated some and we would go outside and you'd learn. And we watched a video before we went out. So it was, I think it was by, I'm trying to remember, was it by Arnold Palmer who did a video about putting? And it was just crazy. Like, it was really fun. My daughter always complains about that she doesn't do enough in her PE class. Like they don't do as much. I'm like, gosh, we did so much,
I know, we did.
Running around the track, we were
100%
learning how to play basketball, or just like, how to shoot the ball, right? How to shoot the ball. And she said they don't do so much. And my son, when last year, what did they do? Because he had recess and PE. They would play different things, but it was, and he sounded like his was a little bit more active and involved. Because the teacher actually did some kind of martial arts, and I don't know if she was trying to teach kids some of the fundamentals of that, but they were doing stuff, So my daughter hopes they'll do more like next year because she really enjoyed it. But she's just like, just throws balls out there, and you guys can shoot some hoops if you want.
Yeah, y'all go ahead. We're gonna smoke our cigarettes and play on our phones.
So I don't really know what the deal is with that because we were busy and we did calisthenics and
square dancing.
Yeah.
Remember square? I remember that we did.
When I was little, I did. We learned how to do different dances.
Yes, we learned that. Yes, yeah.
The boys didn't want to touch the girl. It was like, oh my gosh, because they would pair us up, and they didn't really want to do it, and so yeah. But yeah,
Duck Goose.
Yes, that was fun.
Oh, I love Duck Goose, Tebow.
Yeah,
absolutely, man. You
that
couldn't
was
wait.
A fun one. Yeah.
The anticipation of when the kid would walk by and you're just ready.
Yeah.
and it would be duck. It'd be so disappointing. You wanted to be goose, so you wanted to.
We can get up and run around. Yeah, so you can beat them back to the spot.
You beat them back to
beat them back to your spot, because if they got there,
that's right.
Then you were it, and you had to do it. I think that's how it worked.
Yeah. I love Duck Goose. Yeah, that was fun.
Someone loves square dancing.
T-Bird does. Yeah, it was
co-ed. He says, but like in Eastern North Carolina, they have this dance called shagging. I don't know. Has anyone heard of that? Let us know in the chat. So I know that also has a different meaning in the country. But in North Carolina, it's a dance, and it's a dance.
Shag dancing. Absolutely.
Near, and we learned how to do that as well. So,
that's cool. Yeah. We
stuff.
learned like in Dublin. Well, you don't know about Dublin, but Dublin Middle School, we had the Dublin Hustle. We learned how to they'd play like the current pop songs, and they would teach you how to do it was. I remember. I know.
But what was that like? Like, did the boys get into it?
No,
I don't want to do it.
No. Then we'd all just line up, and you just did it, or you didn't do it, whatever.
Well, I think we're supposed to do that with a partner. Like, it's a partner dance or no? I don't remember.
I don't remember doing it with a partner. I just remember you learn the moves while you were standing there. Nowadays, of course, you couldn't.
What would that give to see a video of you doing that?
Of me doing the Dublin Hustle?
Yes. Oh, yes. Red Rover. That was a fun one.
Oh, good call, Wrist.
Remember, you all stand with your arms like this, and you got to be a team, and you got to keep that person. You always you try to send them the smallest kid, and then
Red Rover.
That big kids come, and the big kid. If you see a really big kid, because there's always a variation in kids. You see that big kid coming. Sometimes you might just be like, just let that kid go, because it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good for you.
And in dodgeball, there was always that little. Even if you had no animosity toward any of the kids, there was that little bit of, I'm going to light him up. That's what Tebow said, right? You wanted to hit him right in the face. Let's just be honest, right?
It's so mean. But yeah, so, and there's always some kids who I think were trying to get out because they didn't want to play. Let me get out.
Yeah. They'd fake an injury. I'm sick. I got to go to the nurse.
I don't remember anybody faking sick. I mean, though, sure somebody did, but they weren't even trying to get out of the way of the ball, and they would just turn their back, so maybe you'd hit their back instead of the front. Yeah. That was fun. Those fun games, they're really cool. So I think it's so important. Like here in Florida, we have laws about recess, about the importance of free play. Like, it can't be taken away from kids for disciplinary reasons, because kids need to move around. And sometimes I think the reason kids are acting up is because they haven't been allowed to move around. Like, they need to
yes, 100%. 100%. Yeah, you've got to be able to. I like that. I like the fact that there's a certain amount of activity they have to have. That's cool.
But the younger ones have to be able to have recess, and hopefully the older ones are getting some PE where they're actually doing something, because kids need to move. Kids need to get up, and it's like a good brain break for them too. Instead of they're sitting at a desk all day, they get to get up and do something.
What I'm trying to think anything else. Did we leave anything out? Remember the assembly? The assembly day was always great because you'd get out of class. It didn't matter what it was.
Go sit on the bleachers. That's what we always do. Sit on the bleachers and listen to somebody talk, or see a demonstration. Another fun memory I have is, did you have to take music and have a chorus class? We had to in elementary and middle. Yeah, maybe. And we used to learn sanitized versions of songs, because I didn't know at the time they were sanitized. So what is that song? Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog. They would change the lyrics, and so you're singing, and then you're older and you learn. It's not bad, but it's they had changed them, because I think it was he would always share his wine or something, and I don't remember what it was changed to, but they didn't say that always because it would be inappropriate for kids. And so with my daughters with chorus and music, she always had hippie teachers, and so she would be learning Joni Mitchell songs and. And we talked about this, I think, before. She learned some John Denver stuff, and they would sing this at assembly, and it just felt weird in Miami to hear them sing, Take Me Home Country Roads, and they're singing about West Virginia, Mountain Mama.
Love the Mountaineers.
We're in Miami. Why are we singing this? But it was just at the time the chorus teacher and her teacher, classroom teacher, just love those songs. And so my daughter knows those songs now, which I think is cool, but it always felt weird listening to them sing that in Miami.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Have you been pleased overall with I know your daughter's, unhappy about lack of doing stuff, but have you been pleased overall with how your kids have gotten as they've gotten older or getting everything they need in that regard so far?
Yeah, like my daughter is, for what last year they were in different schools. It's a long story. I'm not going to go into it, but the next year they'll be at the school together because like a K through 8. And I like a lot of the things they do there. Like she wants to do, like for one of her electives is, take an art class. And so they have like art and music because they're taking that out of a lot of schools, unfortunately. And so I think it's good to give kids a creative outlet. So she wants to do art next time. Last time she did for her just free choice elective, she did a leadership class, which I thought was really cool. And I mean, there's no such thing as like a perfect school, obviously. Like I said, I think the PE is really lacking there, but they do other cool things, and overall, I've been pleased.
Are you preparing her for she's going to be like you, going to be extremely tall? Are you preparing her for that growth spurt? When it hits?
Yeah. It's really tough, when you're really tall, like
I know. I know.
People don't understand the struggle. They don't understand. When people are like, oh, did you play basketball or whatever? And I don't. Like, just because I'm really tall doesn't mean that I played basketball.
I know, right? Immediately,
of my team in middle school because I was just, I was in band. It's a lot. No, actually, yeah. I did play volleyball. I did play volleyball.
You're a volleyball gal.
And had there been a pro league, I'm sure I would have been right there.
Yeah, you're a volleyball gal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Oh, yeah. So that was.
I never heard your smoke alarm once, by the way.
Oh, that's good because I moved to a different location. If I had been in my regular location, you would have heard it every however long it chirps. And we're gonna take care of that. But yeah, I just had to let you know because I was like, you knew you were going to be alarmed.
No, you're fine. No, you're fine. Yeah. You're fine. Oh, I see what you did there. I knew you were going to be alarmed. Yeah. See, that's why you're the best. Well, that's good. So you're moving in your new place, what, next month?
Yes. No, like in a few days. Like,
okay.
But that's why things are a little bit crazy here right now. But yeah, we're moving, and it's going to be, like I said, it's only like a mile away, so it's not crazy. But it's going to be, like I said, leaving the kind of situation behind. Like my husband and I just closed on this place last week. We're very excited to be moving. So yeah, this will be left behind. And I've already met one of my neighbors, very nice man. I met one of them just a wave, and one came over to talk to us.
Oh,
so yeah, well, so we met him. He told me about his wife. I think he may be retired. So I was like, okay, nice to meet you.
Well, that's great. That's great. It's
perfect. And everything. But very nice. So I think it's going to be cool. But yeah, so I'll be in a different location. I will not get to see these lovely curtains anymore, which again are going away because pink's not her favorite color anymore. Like she can't even remember when pink was her favorite color. She says so. Okay.
Well, I know those things hurt when they happen. Right? They hit hard right when they initially happen, but she'll advance.
Yeah. But like
something really cool.
I'm like the youngest of ages. It was.
I know. Right. Yeah.
And now I was like, I don't remember liking that. You loved that. That's why you don't remember. You loved it. It was pink was number 1, purple was number 2. So that's why we've got both right here.
Well, yours were probably the T-shirt you're wearing. You probably had Carolina blue.
I always liked blue. Like I just think it's such a perfect color. I mean, it's the color of the sky. I don't know how can we beat that, right?
No, I don't think you can. No. You really can't.
I see, you've got on is that a Radford polo or?
Yeah, it's a Navy.
You need
blue.
That for work today or something?
Oh yeah, I have to jump right into the vehicle and get out of here when the show's over. So just like, you turn everything off, unplug, and go. Go.
How long does it take you to get to Radford?
Officially about 16 minutes. 16 and a half.
That's not bad. I don't know why I always thought you lived far away from Radford.
No, Reiner's not. If you take the back road, if you don't run into anything, you do. You
don't hit a deer or something.
Yeah, which is a constant. It's going to happen. I'm going to come on one day.
Reiner when I lived, and I always felt like Reiner was so far away. So I don't know why I felt that way.
It's funny you say that. I did too. When I was, I used to come out here and help one of my friends. He was coaching track at Auburn, Mark Love. And I thought, man, that's really, Yeah. Remember Mark? No,
Mark.
I did not, but I would help him out with his events. I would like do the
Okay.
watch,
I was like, wow, I didn't know you were a coach. That's cool.
or I'd do PA or something for him while he was announce all the results. And I used to think, man, this is way out here. And now you drive out here like, why did I think that? Why did I think it was?
I mean, I was just asking because I remember going out there for stories a couple times. There was like a commissioner who used to live out there. I'm sure there's still a commissioner because every area has one, but a commissioner who lived out there and did some unique things like with farming. And so I went out there and I felt like I had gone so far.
I know. Me too.
So
Wow.
cool. 16
exit 114. Yeah, I know. I was the same way. Now it's just like, I'm not even 20 minutes away. So
okay,
not bad at all. Cool. Not bad at all. Yeah.
I'm glad that you're not far.
Well, good luck. Well, unfortunately, you're too far away, Marva. But hey, at least we get to catch up with you like this.
Yes.
Good luck on the move. I can't wait to see the new digs next week. That'll be exciting.
Come on down.
Yeah. All right. That'll be good.
Yeah. I know. We'll see you. Okay.
All right. Well, take care. Good luck with the smoke alarm the rest of the day or week.
Thank you. Hopefully, it'll be taken care of soon. But just
And thanks for sharing the cool pink curtains with us one last
Thank
time.
you. Yeah, they have butterflies and ladybugs.
I know, right? Come on. It's got to put you in a good mood.
Yes.
All right. Be good. Thanks, Ms. Marva.
You too. See you next time. Bye-bye.
All right. There you go. Marva in Miami joining us on the program. Going to be moving into a new place. All right. Good for her. Good for her. This breakout. Let's hope that a dodgeball game. Hello, Hugo. Let's hope that a dodgeball game doesn't break out the BDST bash with bowling balls. Well, Morris is providing the start to beverage consumption that night. Brian Siegler from the Boundary Corner going to join us next. His neighbor does swords. We're in a football in hands since high school in the 70s. Yeah, football. Yeah, backyard football. Tebow mentioned it. Yeah, you were out there. That was never coming in from the yard was always the goal. Whether you were out of school during the summer or whether you were in school and you couldn't wait to get out before it got too dark to play, whatever. Football usually was it. Basketball. Back then, you were fortunate if you knew somebody close by in your neighborhood that had a basketball goal outside. Right? July 18th, by the way, all of you who are asking on the Professional Door text line, July 18th is the BDST Bash over at the NRV Super Bowl. We've already got everything reserved, so come on by and see us. We got many of the peeps going to come by. We got Coach Elmo's going to come by. Mike Burnup's going to be there. I think Bill Ross is going to come by. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So that's on the 18th. And others. So you're welcome. You're welcome to stop by on the 18th. 6 o'clock, by the way, those of you asking. We're starting around 6 o'clock is what we have decided. What's up, Jason? Good to have you back. Glad to have you back from vacation. Yeah, it's always great to get away, but horrible to come back. Joining us now on the program is Brian Siegler. He's got a new location background every time we're with him now. He's just a man of the world. What's going on, man?
I gotta mix it up, keep you on your toes, Rick. That's all.
I never know. I never know where you're going to be broadcasting from. That's always cool. That's always cool. All right, so what do you guys? I always talk about this because, we're kind of in that dead time now in July. I mean, even the coaches admit it. This is when they're getting in their vacations. They're trying to get away. Hayes in the barn until we get back. So what are you guys focused on right now at the Boundary Corner when you have your reconvening every week?
Usually, so what we try to do is try to come up with some sort of unique angle to have a conversation about either some angle of Virginia Tech athletics that maybe we haven't had a chance to really dig into or sink our teeth into with all the other news and stuff that's going on. Sometimes we just try to line up some interviews, something fun, something kind of, it feels like summer, right? It's a more laid back type atmosphere. So that's how we usually try to fill out these, the dog days of summer on the Boundary Corner. I think we're going to take the unique perspective angle in the coming weeks. So should be able to see a couple little more off the beaten path episodes than maybe you're used to from the Boundary Corner. So looking forward to that. We did talk last week about the new AD hire. We broke that down. We had a lot of fun with that. Your buddy Sheldon came on. He had some really good takes, and then he dropped his article on the key play yesterday, which was really great. I don't know if you've had a chance to check it out yet. Everybody go check that out. So yeah, it's going to be a fun and laid back summer, and I'm excited for it.
What was your consensus amongst the group with the AD hire?
The consensus among the group is that I think people feel really good about it, especially from the money side, the fundraising side. I think if you look at just maybe coach hiring, you may not come away impressed, especially with the big two. But when you talk about the ability to operate in this new era of college athletics, where money is the biggest driving force of success, or at least one of the few big driving forces of success. You got to have somebody that can raise funds, and Brian White's shown that he can do that very consistently.
And we're seeing the AD job evolve everywhere. It's not the same. It's slowly kind of morphing into more and more of that. Not the, hey, I'm the overseer of the department, right? It's going to be like, for instance, I don't imagine he'll have anything to do whatsoever with football as long as James Franklin is there. That's the kind of the way it's been set up. I think that was part of the whole thing about getting in a certain type of AD that's going to be able to relinquish that. So at least I don't think Tech Fan has to be concerned with that part of it, because he did, he had to fire the two coaches that he hired down there at FAU. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. And I mean, and who knows if we're moving into a space where maybe the AD is making these decisions on firing, but for like football and maybe basketball, Virginia Tech keeps it as a hiring committee moving forward. That might be the new norm at Virginia Tech. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, I know that we saw that as a product of Whit Babcock having one foot out the door, but I don't know, but because we don't know what that's going to look like, and we don't know to what degree, he's going to have a hand directly over the football program. Obviously, while Franklin's here, Franklin's running the show, and but whatever's next, we don't know what that looks like yet. So I'm interested to see how that kind of takes shape in the future.
Have you guys discussed, and I don't know the answer, so I'm asking you, have you discussed what exactly Whit Babcock's going to be doing while he's getting paid, just to kind of, and how long he might stay in this other role?
I mean, it sounds like he could stay as long as 2030. Is that what I saw?
Yeah. It's like, really? I saw that. Yeah.
I don't, if you told me he was staying 18 months, I think that's a reasonable amount of time to guide the new regime in the direction of acclimating them with all the nuances of Virginia Tech and those things that matter. So if you said through 2027, I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. Beyond that, I don't know if Whit did enough in some of these other areas that would be of inherent benefit. I mean, I don't think he was fine, but never great at the fundraising side of things. Being a ambassador to the program. I think he was, not necessarily socially awkward, but certainly not a social butterfly. And so I'm not exactly sure what he's going to do in this role, unless it's make sure that the program stays in the black, which I think is probably the thing he did the best while he was here.
Yeah.
So
I don't think.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It'll be interesting to see how that. I just have a hard time believing he's going to stay on over there after Sands is gone. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's just a placeholder for now. We'll see. I know if I were a new AD, I don't necessarily would like the fact that the old AD is just hanging around, getting paid. That's part of the budget that I have to make back. I don't know. To me, it just seems like a weird setup, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like I had no problem with like a transition phase, and I don't know if they just threw it on there and he's kind of, he steps away once the job is done. And they didn't really have a fixed time period for that, so they just kind of did a blanket extension for this emeritus role. But who knows? I mean, it could be something where, by this time next year, he's already, it's run its course and he's taken a step away from that. And it could be, we'll still see him in 2029, and that would be weird for a number of reasons, especially if, all the programs are having success and then he's just kind of walking around. And at that point, do you think he's taking a victory lap because he was able to see the end of this thing through, or do you think it's like a walk of shame because it got to a bad point and now someone else has built it back up?
That's a great question. I think if he's honest, it's a walk of shame because he failed football. Yeah. So, but who knows? You don't know what his mindset's going to be. I just know they're paying that guy a lot of money. 1.6 mil is a lot of money to have the old AD hang around for 3 years.
Yeah.
It just seems a little illogical to me, but we shall see. We shall see. When are you guys going to get around? I know I've asked this before. People are asking me all the last 2 days. When's the official Boundary Corner record predictions going to come out? In August? Is that when you guys are going to officially lock it in? I'm not doing it until maybe the week before the first game, until the week before VMI.
So every year we have a season preview panel, and we talk about kind of all the big storylines that we've kind of come up with for the upcoming year. We bring on a bunch of other podcasters, some former players, people with some insider. Usually Dwight's on there with us, so we have a pretty good time with that. And we usually try to do everything but record predictions on that, and then the very next week we'll drop our record predictions. So it's usually sometime that'll usually hit like early August, and then like mid-August we'll put our official stamp on our record predictions. I'm waffling. Some days I'm feeling more optimistic than others. So I've got about a month or so to make a decision on which way I'm leaning here. But I think this is definitely going to be a much improved roster top to bottom. I feel like the floor has definitely been raised. I think the ceiling has more potential than last year. You just got to go out there and realize it and take care of the games that you need to take care of.
Wayne says it's kind of like hanging around your ex-wife after the new husband marries an ex-wife. It's weird. Let's just say it the way it is. It makes little sense to me that is set up the way that it is. And maybe there's an understanding there that it won't last that long. I can't imagine that would go 3 years. But then again, it's basically free money. I don't know how much more money Whit Babcock needs, but that's kind of what it feels like to me.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where whether you need it or not, if someone is freely giving it to you, and
exactly
all you got to do is show up to the building,
more
or less.
That's right.
It's one of those things where he has no incentive to not see that through. So unless Virginia Tech has a reason to say, thanks, you're done. I don't necessarily see that him voluntarily not taking that money.
No, I'm with you. Well, I don't think it's going to be a thing where we're going to hear about how, hey, let's go confer with the consultant to the new AD or whatever his official title is about this decision. We know who's making the decisions. Any announcements on any decisions will be approved and made by James Franklin. That's and I hope we don't have committees going forward. I hope we get down to where you can just make a hire because you're the athletic director and this is who you want to hire. We didn't really have a committee for the AD. That was basically James Franklin too. So I hope we're done with those. You know, it's a committee is tough. It's tough. Committees are tough. I don't know.
I think committees are one of those things where I like them early in the process as far as vetting candidates. I don't like them making, final decisions, or at least hiring selections, even if the AD ultimately makes the final pick. Like, I think a committee is good at vetting candidates and giving you the group you want to interview. But if you're doing 5 or 6 interviews, I don't think the committee should be weighing in on every single one of those.
Yeah. So, I'm with you. So when are you guys going on again? You going on this week? Are you skipping, or when are you going on
Skipping
again?
this week. We're back next week. Like I said, a little more probably off-kilter episode next week. So everybody tune in. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll be playing around a little bit.
We've been talking about badminton, long darts, and wrist rockets today. So, yeah, we feel you here on the program.
Hey, lawn darts. Man, it's funny seeing them, like, back in stores now, but, like, the safe version.
Yeah.
When, like, I was at the tail end of, like, the lawn dart era.
Yeah. Sharpest thing in the history of the world. Here you go, kids. Wow.
Like, I think when I was a kid, they had already been banned, but, like, there was still enough floating around in the world where, like, I got to experience what that was like.
Long darts. Yeah. And the wrist rocket, which I didn't know that's what it was called, but my brother had one of those big slingshots. Yeah. Boom. So, yeah. Good memories.
You do anything real quick, too.
Yeah, exactly. You do anything special for the 4th?
I'm heading down to Virginia Beach, hanging out with the in-laws. Going to probably hit up Sandbridge for a day or so and have a good time. Try to avoid a sunburn. Try to stay out of this heat stroke situation that we got going on.
We're going to get really warm here starting today, I think, today or tomorrow. So, yeah, it's here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, all right, man. Well, have fun. Have a great 4th weekend and have fun down at the beach. And we'll preview what you guys are going to be rocking and rolling next week.
Sounds good, Rick. Appreciate it as always.
All right, man. Take care of yourself.
You as well.
All right. Ryan Siegler from the Boundary Corner podcast. Taking a week off, but they'll be back next week. We completely understand we're going off kilter a little bit. We have been today, but it's fun. 70s backyard Olympics. I love it. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay to admit that whole setup with Witt is weird. Uncommon. Let's just put it that way. Like, I don't know why people felt like over there they needed to do that unless it was all Sands doing. You're retiring. Okay, that's great. You've served. People can have their own opinion about your legacy. You were here a long time. Appreciate your efforts. We've got a new guy. It's I like Wayne's ex-wife analogy. Every other aspect that we have seen in Tech athletics since the end of the football season has led to a complete reconstruction. You didn't just take one wrecking ball to the athletic department configuration. You took a whole junkyard full of wrecking balls. And so now you're still trying to hang on to that. And I don't really understand the draw of that at all. Wayne says, you hear we're trying to get money and struggle, yet we are essentially paying a severance. Actions. Correct. That's a great point. And this isn't attacking Witt. So I know people try to always frame things the way they want to believe it. This is just asking the question, is it really necessary? Is it going to provide dividends given the money they're paying him? They decided on Brian White. He was an AD for 8 years. He kind of knows the terrain. It's not like he's easing into a position that he hasn't been in before. And he's not going to have much, if any, say over the most important aspect of the athletic department, which is, or at least the most important aspect is raising money, but the most important sport, which is football. That's all James Franklin. So do you need that extra little, let's go see the guy who was here? Yeah, if he's in charge of other sports, just say it. Why are they always vague and secretive? I understand the football part because they don't, again, you just look at actions. They're not going to sit there and release, hey, well, you pretty much know that James Franklin's doing it all right. It's his. But it'll be interesting to see what happens there with the sports going forward. I mean, since Dusty May left FAU, basketball down at FAU has been mid. The gentlemen they hired after that, they've kind of barely been over 500. I mean, they caught lightning in a bottle with a really good head coach and a Final Four run who's now in the NBA. Got a national championship and fled to the NBA. So his trajectory was pretty fast, pretty swift. Morris says they are not vague about separating us from our money. But again, that we talk about that, it's like, if you're somebody who donates, don't you have a right to ask that question and have it answered honestly? Why is this money going there? Why do you essentially need 2 ADs? It's a state school. I think we're frankly entitled to know what emeritus means. Yeah, that's a good point. Especially if you're like, to Wayne's point, when you're having the constant ask over and over again for more, people aren't stupid. I think sometimes there's just this insinuation that people just don't research or don't have questions. The people you're counting on for your new business model to succeed, how about treating them with respect? Come at them with the type of acknowledgement and respect your fan base like you expect and demand of them on the other side. It doesn't mean if people ask questions that they're questioning you. They just have questions. See, that's also something that people, like, you can ask a question about a decision, and it doesn't mean that you're necessarily questioning that decision. But okay, so you're saying this is happening. Why do you think this is important? Talk to me about that. I would like to know. I'm one of your target folks. I'm a donor. I'm one of the people that you're going after. I'm just asking a question here because I have a right to do that. Don't forget that each and every day we're presented by Pulaski County Sports and Entertainment. So much good stuff that's happening there with Jonathan and Tim Miller. They got the AJSA Jet Ski event coming up August 1st and 2nd. The Sportsplex will be open in October. Motorsports Park, they're going to host the 3rd IHRA Stock Car event. River Turtles are popping. Thanks to them. Thanks to Charles Lee, Little River Heating and Air, 1095 Radford Street in Christiansburg. Go out and get your air unit. Get it serviced today. Our BDST fan question of the week, and I think we have it now, brought to you by the attorney Ryan Price, 701 West Main Street. Do you believe that Virginia Tech should have Whit Babcock in an emeritus position? Yes or no? There you go. There's our question. National Bank, member FDIC, the exclusive banking partner of me and this program. Professional Door Incorporated starts year 40 tomorrow, and tomorrow we start telling you about the awesome stuff they're going to be offering their customers to celebrate 40 years. You don't want to miss it. Check out your garage doors and get ready to make a call or two to Professional Door Incorporated, because they're going to help you out with your pocketbook. Travis does a great job. Sponsor of our text line. McClellan Chiropractic, Mark Hundley speaking of doing a great job. 155 Walter Street in Christiansburg. Go get your body fixed. NRV Super Bowl. That's where we're having the bash, July 18th. 540-382-5525. They have Midnight Madness. They just completed a great backpacks program. Reach out to them. Go have a great time. Sundown Electric, the Smith Brothers. Excellent reputation, long list of satisfied clients. Superior craftsmanship, attention to detail, one of the best local businesses in our area. Family Fencing also falls in that category. Sponsor of our wonderful, wonderful studio. Reach out to Jason Green, 540-200-8294. ReadySetFund.com. It's a series of text messages that can raise money within a week. They just raised $4,300 for the Floyd County girls softball team. ReadySetFund.com. Reach out to Bob Christ, BOBCRST11 at gmail.com. And I believe that's everyone. And Brandon at Top Shelf Apparel. Morris says, emeritus is an honorary title given to a distinguished professional, typically a university professor who has retired from activity, but is permitted to retain their highest rank as an honor. Morris says, very good. Wayne says, very good, Morris. Don't think that Tech still pays those professors. That's true. So in other words, it makes zero sense. And people are discussing it here. Like, when you talk about it out loud, when you can usually go, it doesn't really make any sense, does it? Sorry, I'm responding to a couple of Professional Door texters. Wayne says, heck, I think Whit is a nice guy. But it's a fair question that should have an easy answer unless you have something to hide. Well, it depends on probably who's asking the question, or are people asking the question. We'll see. We shall see. Strange is a good word. People on the text line. Yeah. Tebow says you don't win games on a depth chart or spreadsheet. Correct. Got to see what it looks like. And that's what Dwight says every week. How do things come together? I have a lot of questions about the defense from people that I trust that have seen the defense and the players. But, you know, teams can catch lightning in a bottle too. Sometimes one win can send you in a different type of trajectory. One loss can send you down into another trajectory. And Indiana was really good last year, right? But when they came back and won that game over Virginia Tech's new quarterback at Happy Valley on that last second drive, it put them in a different mindset. It put them in a different category for success, right? They were very vulnerable, and they showed in that game a lot. But they found a way to drive down the field on the road in a hostile place, and then all of a sudden, they never look back. And, you know, that can happen to any team. So I agree with Tebow 100%. Morris says, last private bank I worked for should have made me emeritus and paid me. I thought that was good too. Wayne says, got to pick up victories at the beginning of the year to keep momentum. Yeah. And it helps with guys' confidence. It helps with the new coaching staff's confidence. It does. The question I've heard, who was it? Was it maybe Jerry Rice? Jerry Rice or somebody said something like, the question I always got was, what did I have to have success first? Or maybe it was Bill Walsh. It was a 49er related. I think it was Bill Walsh because I read that book, his book. Do you have to have confidence or success? And I think Coach Walsh is something like, you have to have a certain amount of confidence without ego to be able to approach things with your knowledge and how you think things are going to lead to success. But then once you have success, it's easy to go out there and always apply that confidence. So it's not a simple answer. And I think that happens with a football team. Tebow says the D is young, and I'm with me. Yeah, I agree. Biggest concern. Yeah, I just haven't gotten great vibes from people that have seen the defense. Low Country, we've talked about the Maryland game a lot. It is the trigger game, 100%. I agree with you. It is the trigger game because you expect them to be 2-0, and that's a road game. I know it doesn't feel like it, but it's still a Big Ten team and a desperate Maryland program. They are in a trend. Folks, that program is under a lot of scrutiny from its highest donors, from university officials. That whole Big Ten thing to them, it's been, I guess, financially good to them, although I'm sure they're running in the red. I think they are. But they have not added anything at all of worth to that conference. And I think Big Ten people are wondering why in the hell they added Rutgers and Maryland solely on TV market grab. So it is a desperate game for Maryland and that program and their head coach. So that's the huge, huge game for me. And they do, Tebow. They got a good quarterback returning. They've got a pretty good line. They've got athletes. They've got Big Ten caliber players. But they just haven't. And they're that team that sometimes you see them in the Big Ten, like you're sitting around on a Saturday, Maryland's at Michigan. Oh, they're ahead in the fourth quarter, right? So they have the capability, but boy, it's a huge year for them. And everybody up there knows it. So that game for Tech, who's trying to build something under Franklin, that's the first test. There's no doubt. I mean, you're not going to be tested at all in the opener. It's another reason. Why is it at night? I so wish that would have been JMU. And should have been JMU. And I mean, I know ODU has given Tech some bad losses. 3 really bad losses. Last year's the worst. But you figure they lost a lot. And look, I have a lot of respect for Ricky Ronnie. I think he's a good head coach. He's been everything that Brent Pry wasn't as a head coach. He's the one protege under Franklin who's shown he can run a program. Yeah, it's true, Tebow. That's right. Is it like 10 starters back? Is that right? It's like 9 or 10. Yeah, on defense. Yeah, the bowl game that you sent J.C. Price out there with. We've been talking about these childhood toys. Sent him out there with one of those plastic guns that had the darts in a gunfight against Maryland. Remember, Tech was so depleted. But there's no doubt the Maryland game is massive for a lot of reasons. And it's a place Franklin was, right? At one point, fans are going to remember that. It would be a Power 4 win on the road, something Tech hasn't done. I mean, it would count. You're Big Ten. You're in the Big Ten. But I'm telling you, man, that the Big Ten, you talk about, I don't know. They just offered the most revenue of any league ever in 1 year. So maybe the TV deal worked out for them. But you tell me anything that Maryland has added the Big Ten in any capacity. Basketball isn't good anymore. Rutgers has added nothing. Now, look, I know Rutgers fans are going to go, hey, how'd they do against Tech the last couple of years they played? I know. They beat them twice. But that was a different program for Tech. And Loxley, no doubt, Tebow, he has really struggled, but he's always had a good quarterback. He's always had athletic teams. I think he's shifted into the pay-for-play era okay. There's a lot of talent up in that area. Yeah, I could have started in that game against Maryland, Brian says, and it wouldn't have gone any worse. Yeah. That game was like when Tulane played Tech in that bowl game. For Tulane, Tech, you remember how Tech was against Maryland. That's the way Tulane was when they played in the bowl game. Yeah, is that Bird Stadium, Tebow? I have been there. Basketball arena is really nice, but it's a shared building. But yeah, I have been around the football stadium. Yeah, but I don't hear about Maryland since they got in the Big Ten. I don't ever hear this big whirlwind of support financially, right? I don't hear about a fan base. I mean, Mike, well, you know what? We'll talk about this with Mike on Friday. Mike covered Maryland for about 20 years. He knows about it. We'll get a vibe. You know what? We'll do that. We'll kind of get an early preview on what you can expect from Mike. Remind me to do that on Friday. But that's the game right there. All right. So now I have people on. Okay. Professional Door text line is always popping. All right. Let me. I'm not going to make a prediction. You're not going to get me to make a prediction. People are asking me because I don't know if they know off the top of their head about Tech's schedule. All right. So this is why Maryland's important. You're going to beat VMI as bad as you want to beat them. I think you're going to beat Old Dominion, although I don't like wearing your white uniform at home. Then comes that Maryland game. It's on national TV. It's either going to be on Fox or FS1. That's a night game. And it's your first road game under Franklin's regime, and then you go to your first ACC game against a not very good program. Bill O'Brien, Boston College was terrible. And then you come back to the Pitt game. What does stripe effect mean? And these times for the ACC games, by the way, have not been given. Friday, October 2nd is that game. So we don't have time yet for BC on the road. You would expect that to be an early game. And I'm sure, well, obviously we know the Friday game will be a night game. So I'm guessing 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Then you go to Cal on the 10th. The Bears have been good at home. Georgia Tech. Haynes King is gone. What will they look like? I don't know. Low Country says, I think 7 wins with Maryland, 6-6 with a loss. That's logical. I mean, it makes sense. That makes sense. Maryland was almost a blue blood in basketball before going to the Big Ten, right? Yeah, they're an ACC school. I mean, I'm sorry. They just are. The Maryland unis with the state flag. Not good. Morris says, I was at Bird Stadium years ago. At that time, it was a dump, possibly the worst stadium of any reputable Big Four league team. Yeah. We're going to get Mike to give us the whole Maryland skinny on. That'll be good. Nobody knows it more than him. The flag uniforms versus Tech Stone unis. God, those are terrible. The Tech, oh. So you have Georgia Tech on the 17th. At Clemson on the 24th. That feels like that would probably be like a 3:30 game. At SMU on a Friday, that's a night game, November the 6th. Stanford in Blacksburg on the 14th. Okay. At Miami on the 21st of November, probably a night game. And then, of course, the Virginia game at Lane Stadium. So that's your schedule, those of you who are reaching out on the text line, if you didn't know it already. Oh, you mean the Steelers? Oh, the Steelers throwbacks are the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. They've got that one uniform. What is stripe effect for the Tech game? Does anybody know? Like, I generally don't know. What does that mean? Yeah, those are terrible uniforms, Tebow. Terrible. Oh, okay. Thanks, West. One section is maroon. The next section is orange. Is that something fans get excited about? Sections of stands, alternate colors. I guess it looks cool at the start of the game. Does it stay together at the whole game? Well, they give out shirts. Is that what it is? They give out like shirts or things they hold up, I guess. Steelers throwbacks look like a bunch of guys that escaped from Alcatraz. They pretty much insist on wearing them, don't they? Almost every year. I don't know what those are going to look like going forward. Mike Burnup's coming up here just a little bit. I think Mike's down at his beach house in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the case. Finishing up June today. Always a little kind of a ominous day for me. Also, it's a happy day in some sense, but today would have been my parents' anniversary, or is my parents' anniversary. I miss them terribly. But on June 30th, what would it have been? I don't know how long it would have been. 60-some years of marriage. Yeah. Hope they can spend some time together today. They need to give out shirts, especially for the whiteout. I don't like whiteouts at home. I'm never going to sway from that. You should never wear your road uniform at home. You're at home. If you want to do a whiteout, let the crowd have the white T-shirts like Low Country said. Your section is assigned a certain color. Okay. Oh, I remember those unis, Ryan Pry, the attorney. City flag, light blue and yellow. Didn't the helmet kind of have like a Michigan vibe to it too? If I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure. It would have been, I'm trying to think, Dad, it's hard to believe Dad's been gone 8 years. Wow. The 22nd of June marked the 3rd anniversary of Mom's passing. I'm trying to think here. Yeah, that would have been about right. 62 years. I think today would have been 62 years. They would have been married. They would have been married. Yep. Joe says, I remember you could go to McDonald's. It was just 50 cents for a Big Mac. Yeah. Yeah, you could go eat $3. Take out your lawn money, your lawn mowing money. Things are so expensive today, man. Everything just keeps going up. Keeps going up and up and up. Wes says, I hate being told what to wear. And then they make me squeeze in those awful seat backs. I have to wear knee pads. It does seem like a lot of work for the crowd. I mean, you're trying to make it interactive, I guess, and make them excited, but I don't know about stripe effect. I don't know. Do those games still have an impact? I don't know. Do they? Everybody does them. This isn't just Tech. Everybody does them. I mean, do people still get excited about that? I mean, I don't know. Just a question I'm asking. Baseball cards, $4 for $1, man. I know. You walk into Dublin Pharmacy, grab your 4 packs for $1. Few things were better than that vibe, man. I remember holding the packs. Those wax packs. Yeah, I always had the big baseball. Topps baseball and have the year, green, blue, red, whatever color the packaging was. And I just remember sitting there. You could feel the gum in the back. And I just remember, like, you would revel in it, man. I don't want to open them yet. I want to, but I don't. I want the anticipation to build. Sometimes you didn't. Sometimes, heck, what the heck? I'm going to open them as soon as we get in the car. Sometimes you'd have that discipline, and then later on you'd go, hey, those 4 packs are still sitting there on my nightstand. And I'd get out all my other cards, and I would, because I had them all by team at that time. I didn't have them by numbers. I had them all by team. And then you'd add new ones, and you put your doubles in the back or whatever. Man, those are great times. Simple times, right? But great times. Just buying a pack of baseball or football cards, man. And you'd be like, you get 12 or 15 in a pack. Now you spend $5, $6 on a pack, you get 4 cards. Yep. Joining us now on the program is that gentleman, Mike Burnup. His appearance brought to you by Louise Baker. What's up, Mike? How are you?
I'm good, Rick. How about you? Good morning.
Good morning. Are you on the road now? Are you down in the warm part of the country?
I'm leaving Thursday after work.
Okay, good. That's right. You got a 4th of July party down there. That's right.
That's right. Yep. We're all set. We're all excited. Everybody's ready to rock and roll, and it should be fun, and looking forward to it. Getting away for about a week.
Oh, good for you, man. Good for you. Well, we've been talking a lot of different stuff today, like lawn darts, wrist rockets, badminton, croquet. It's that time of year, man.
I know, croquet.
You remember playing all those things when you were?
Oh, heck yeah. Badminton, you never see that hardly anywhere anymore. But croquet was fun. We used to play that in my backyard when I was growing up, and gosh, it had a little bit of a hill to it. And when it was dry like it kind of is or has been, man, those balls would just roll and roll and roll.
Yeah,
kind of frustrating.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Good stuff. Thanks to Louise Baker, Louise Baker Team Long and Foster. So we've been looking at, people, I'm not going to make a schedule prediction yet. It's too early for Tech in terms of the record. But that Maryland game, Mike, it just seems like the one everybody's going to. I agree. First road game for James Franklin. You got to take care of business in the first two, but let's assuming that'll happen. Don't you feel like the Maryland game is going to be an early identifier for James Franklin's program in year one?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think you got to get off to a good start, like you say. And obviously, Old Dominion after last year's disaster was something that they're going to look forward to, I'm sure, because he doesn't want to get beat by his assistant coach from back in the day. So that'll be big. But yeah, the Maryland game, Loxley's on the hot seat up there a little bit, and they're after him. So I know it's a big game for them. It's a night game. And so the Tech alumni in that part of the state are huge up there in that Nova area. And so it should be a great crowd, maybe more Hokies there than Maryland. You never know. But yeah, I think that is going to be certainly a game that you point your finger to and say, yeah, you need to get that one, especially against, Maryland and former ACC foe and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I think that'll be a big one.
What do you think's going on at Maryland? Like we've been talking about Maryland a lot here today. It's been strange, isn't it? They got into the Big Ten along with Rutgers. I don't think they've added anything to either conference, I guess, other than the TV market. What is it about Maryland football that doesn't seem to catch on? I mean, I know Tech doesn't play them very often. They played them in that lopsided bowl game where Tech didn't have any chance whatsoever, given their personnel. But what is it you've held back Maryland football? It's not just the coach, I don't think. It's been that way, I guess, since Coach Friesian's been gone, right? It hasn't been very good.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is there. I mean, I don't know that they ever should have left the ACC, but they did for the money. That was the thing. And then they were so far in debt when they renovated that stadium way back. That was when we were playing them. One of the first games that they played after it was renovated was when we were there. And half of the suites hadn't even been sold. And so I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if it's the alumni. I don't know if it's the money. But now, obviously, they're getting a chunk of change from the Big Ten. So that shouldn't be the issue. But, yeah, it has been different there for a long, long time. The only one that remains is like the constant is old Johnny Holiday, right? The old broadcaster. What a great guy he is. And then Buzz Williams going up there. I mean, the whole thing is just kind of weird, They didn't really have an AD when he got hired. He worked directly with the president, kind of negotiated his own contract. So, there hadn't been a lot of stability, a lot of alignment, as James Franklin likes to say, up there at Maryland, and for whatever reason. But they got some nice facilities. They're in a great area of the country, but that league is pretty brutal. And I'm not sure exactly, other than TV, what they have added.
Johnny told me once, because he always had to take time to visit with him. Radford's actually played Maryland several times in basketball. And he said, we went to the Big Ten, but the fans didn't come with us. Like, they understood the business part of it, but it's what you just said. They're an ACC school, and the fans say, we don't have any – we got no rivalries. We got no natural rivalry in the Big Ten. What are we doing? They understood why the decision had to be made, but he said that's never recovered. Fans just have not come back to that.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. And you think about the great games that they had in basketball, the great teams Maryland had over the years in basketball and always competed. And, gosh, that was always fun going up there playing them. And the place was always packed and great atmosphere. But, yeah, it's just different now. And, they left for the money and, maybe it hadn't really paid off for them. Too bad.
Yeah. And I don't know what their reports are in terms of their budget and all these things. I don't know. But, yeah, that it was a money grab. And I guess the Big Ten just dispersed more money than anybody ever in 1 year to their member schools. So maybe the market has paid off. But I don't see Maryland being a big TV draw. I know Rutgers is certainly not a big TV draw. And we know
Yeah. It's been interesting, too, because you hear a lot more about these days about UVA and going into the SEC. I mean, that to me is a surprise too. It's like, why would you take Virginia over Virginia Tech if you're going to go in the SEC? I'm not sure if I understand that one, but I've heard that mentioned more times here lately than not. And it's kind of interesting.
It is interesting. And I've asked the same question. A couple people have said, watch out. When this thing happens, the SEC is very focused on Virginia, and I don't understand it either. I don't get it. I don't know what Is it academics? Does SEC care about academics? I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not sure about that. I mean, obviously Ryan Odom's doing a great job in basketball, but I think
Sure.
Coach Franklin's going to take this thing to the next level, I believe, and I just don't get that attraction. But who knows? There's other things involved, and academics maybe is a big part of it, or at least they're a well-renowned university, that status that they have, and the income and the stuff that they have, resources. It's pretty big there.
Well, and like one of our textures, like Prometheus, you can't compare fan bases. I mean, Tech's filling up Lane Stadium on an 11 o'clock game against Wofford. Virginia's got a nationally televised game against Clemson last year, having the season they were, and they had to just do all sorts of cartwheels just to get people to look good on camera in a much smaller stadium. I don't know, man. That seems weird to me. It does.
Yeah, it does. And who knows? Could be speculation. Who knows? But I just think that for Virginia Tech, control what you can, and that's get it done on the football field, and good things will happen. And I just think that that's the way it's going to be. Now that seems like you're getting more guardrails up around the system with the 5-for-5 and the transfer issues, and hopefully that'll be good. But I really think until they get that collective bargaining like the NFL has, I'm not sure if it'll ever be great. But you need to figure out stuff like that. And these kids that opt out and don't want to play because they can redshirt, or coach might get fired, that stuff doesn't happen in the NFL. If you've played 15 games and you're out of the playoffs, you still got to play 16 and 17, right?
Right.
And these kids that opt out and after 4 games, I don't like the way this is going, or the coach gets fired, or I'm not playing enough, I'm a redshirt, faking injury, whatever. That stuff needs to come to an end. And not playing in bowl games, that should be required. That should be something that if you had an agreement, collective bargaining, that would not be a case. You'd be forced to play, not in those sort of things. And then it could result in some incentives too. I mean, think about these kids who got these major contracts making millions of dollars. Well, if they don't perform, in that agreement, there should be some stuff there that maybe they can get their money back, part of it or whatever. And I just think that until that stuff happens and gets done, it's just going to be continually a train off the track a little bit.
Mike Burnett joining us on the program. Thanks to Louise Baker, the Louise Baker team, Long and Foster. And that's the thing, Mike. I don't know if we're ever going to have enough people who are willing to work together to fix any of this, or are going to be allowed to work together. Because everything, you're right. I mean, how can they not see? It's like baseball. We're likely not going to have a 2027 season because now finally they're going to institute a salary cap, and players, of course, are going to stomp out and not want to have it. Why can't anyone recognize? Everybody's complaining about money, but nobody seems to want to try to move this pace along a little bit to try to put those guardrails, like you say, in place. It's crazy.
I know it's too good to blow it up and mess it up. And those guys are making so much money, but I think they look at it and see that the owners are the ones that are just killing it, right? They're making so much money, especially in the NFL. And, Major League Baseball needs to have some kind of, obviously, a better system. But, yeah, I agree. I mean, you don't want to screw it up. It's just too good of a product. And it's just unfortunate for the fans, especially for the ones that are, paying to go to the games. And that's the thing. I mean, obviously, you can watch them on TV, but these streaming services taking away some of that as well.
It has. It really has. Well, it'll be very interesting to see if we ever get to that kind of level. I don't know if it'll happen or not. I'm very pessimistic to see. Right now, we have to just keep on places like Tech trying to get things in place. More money means let's try to go out and do what we can. And I think that's just going to continue to be the calling cry in college athletics for foreseeable future. I don't hear anything coming down the pike that makes me feel good about it, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. And that's unfortunate. But, I think when you look at it like Virginia Tech, hiring Brian White the other day, that was a great addition to the staff. And I think he's going to be fantastic in fundraising and ideas to come up with more revenue and all that sort of stuff. I had a chance to talk to him last week a little bit after the press conference, and he's an impressive guy. And what a pedigree in that family, man, oh man. It'd be nice if they could pull it off and get that Tennessee-Virginia Tech matchup game back on a schedule somehow, somewhere down the road. Maybe if it's not like at Bristol, maybe in Nashville, maybe in Charlotte, just have kind of a semi-home and home series like that. But I think that would be something that would be great too. But I think he's going to do great things, Rick. I think that was a big time hire.
Hey, good news. I just thought about this. I think we had spoken to you. Toby Lawal getting drafted. How cool
Yeah.
is that? We had JD Byers on last week, and he said Mike Young was on his way to New York, and I kind of figure he said usually on round 2 they get tipped off early, so maybe he knew. So that's great, huh, to see him up there, the big smile. Toby's a great kid, man. That was cool.
Oh, he is, yeah, and he does it the right way and very focused and centered and wants to get better. And the thing about it is that most of those people thought he was going to go in the late, like 59, 58, 59, 60. So I think he surprised a lot of people when he went at 48.
Yeah.
So that was great to see. And the little video they put out when he put his jersey on there as a Maverick. I mean, I think that's a great fit, being around Cooper Flag and all that. Man, that could be a nice situation for him. And he's such a freak athlete, the way he can jump and just do some crazy stuff in the NBA. They love that kind of thing.
He seems like the perfect roster filler, doesn't he, for the NBA? Hey, you need a guy, give you 10, 12 minutes in a certain situation, especially defensively. We got a guy, right? He's never out of energy. Like you said, he's a jumping jack. I think he's a really good addition to that team. I really do. So.
Yeah, I do too. And that's going to be fun to watch. And obviously Dusty May coming down, getting out of the college ranks, that's been another thing that was kind of a bombshell. This has been a crazy couple weeks, hasn't it? I mean, there's a lot of stuff happening.
It really is. And you hear all the rumors about why he left Michigan that still might be coming. They won 2 national titles in the 2 major sports, and they've had nothing but controversy surround their program since then. I don't get it.
Yeah. It makes you wonder what goes on behind the scenes, right? To be able to win those national championships.
I don't know.
The price you have to pay, and then do you disappear and you never get held accountable, right?
That's right. Exactly right.
But I think Dusty May's a great coach. I mean, he's won everywhere he's been, and I think he'll do the same thing down there and have a great run at it. And I think more and more of these college coaches may get out and go to the NBA. They're tired of dealing with that mess of the college. You're courting players. You win a national championship like he did, and the next day you're worried about your roster.
Agreed.
You're losing guys to the NBA, or you're losing guys to the transfer portal, and it's like you got to start from scratch. That's got to be so frustrating for these coaches.
I think you're exactly right. You're going to see more high-profile coaches leave because they already figure, what the heck, this is now pro ball anyway. I've got all these limitations collegiately, right? Now I'm making a certain amount of money. We have a salary cap. We can go out. Why not just do it that way, right? I think you're going to see a lot more Dusty May exodus to the NBA here soon. I really do, 100%.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. A guy like John Shire, I mean, he's young and aggressive. He needs to win a couple national championships maybe, but I wouldn't be shocked to see that happen one day down the road.
That's true.
But it's got to be frustrating just dealing with that time and time again until they get some guardrails or a collective bargaining agreement. But why wouldn't you want to go to the NBA? All you do is coach, right? You don't have to worry about recruiting, fundraising, all that stuff. You just X's and O's, and you got more games, but man, you're traveling first class everywhere you go, staying in the best hotels. That's not a bad gig. And if you get fired, you're going to be a millionaire.
Exactly. I was going to say the same thing. And yeah, you want to win, but there's not this constant every night with 82 games. You're not like, oh, okay, well, we lost to the Lakers by 6. Well, my job's in jeopardy. Whereas if you're at Michigan, we've lost 3 in a row. Uh-oh. They're starting to come after me a little bit, So
sure,
I get it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
100%.
That's very true.
Yeah. Mike Burnip joining us on the program. Thanks to Louise Baker. Louise Baker team Long and Falls. And Mike's ready to head out to warmer climate. What a great place to celebrate the 4th, man, down at the beach in Florida.
I know. It's going to be fun. There'll be fireworks everywhere because of 250 years, right? So it should be good, but I'm looking forward to that. Most of the time we can see them right from our deck, and so that's kind of good. And a lot of times people put them on right across the street at the beach, and they'll have their own little fireworks show. But the big ones ought to be good. And, looking forward to that and get some great fresh seafood, and it'll be fun. We're looking forward to and it's going to be hot here, Rick. It's probably going to be cooler down there.
I know. You'll be more comfortable down there.
Yeah, you get that little breeze off the beach, Up here, if it's 99, it's going to be warm. Said it might be 100 degrees in Roanoke on Friday or Saturday. So
yeah. Are you going to have a house full of people again? I know everybody seems to kind of move the
Yeah,
way.
we're gonna be full again. Yeah, got my kids are coming in, and the couple grandkids, the two grandkids will be there, and they're 5 and 3 now, so they're hopping and wide open. And then we're gonna have a couple of my teammates are coming down from when I played with them, and that'll be fun. So yeah,
Oh,
it's
that'll be
gonna be a
great.
love house full.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll let you know why the tuna dip is and how expensive
I'm
it
going to
is this year.
say, I want to know. Yeah. You always, now, will that be the kind of thing you have to go the first day to try? Can you get a deal on it, or does it matter because it's going to be set at a certain price?
It's probably set at a price, especially over the 4th, that they know people are coming in. But I'm going to check it out for sure and see. But it'll be on the menu for the first or second day for sure.
Is that the thing you look forward to the most? Is the two? If you had to pick one, tuna tips or the gator bites? I know you have all sorts of fish though that you love, but which one of those two do you like the best?
I like the tuna tips better. I think because they're just it's just all just fish, right? I mean, the gator bites are, they're almost like chicken nuggets type things. So I think the tuna tips are better. The smoked tuna dip is great, but when you go to Destin, you can get fresh grouper very, very easily down there. And the grouper is just really, really good. Outstanding stuff. And of course, the Gulf shrimp are great.
Yeah. You're making me hungry, man. You're making me hungry.
Yes, indeed.
That'll be fun. Do you fly down there? Or you guys just head out on the road and just drive?
Usually I'll drive because I got to take stuff down there for the house, and I'm always like taking a few things here to fix this or that, take some tools and whatnot. If it's a quick weekend and I know I got limited time, then I will fly. But when I know I'm going to be there for a while, we'll drive. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that'll be great, man. That'll be great.
Looking forward to
safe
it.
travels. Yeah, man, it'll be great. Can't wait to hear the stories of the beach house, the ones that can be remembered anyway, if you know what I mean.
That's funny. It seems like there's one night every year that the younger crowd gets a little riled up, and then they're paying for it for a day or two. It's bad, Rick, when it's bad when they wake up and they can't eat a Krispy Kreme hot now donut.
Yeah, they're like, no.
Maybe not just yet.
Hey, Paul's asking, Mike, do you ever jet ski or anything like that on the water?
Yeah, we've done that before. Yeah, we have. Went out on a boat on Crab Island. Crab Island is a great place. I mean, they literally on a weekend they'll have like maybe 1,000 boats out there, and it's in water that you can just get out and walk in. It's kind of waist deep.
Oh, that's cool.
And so it's blue green, and it's just beautiful with that white sand underneath, and it's just like a big old party out there. Sometimes they'll have party boats and all kinds of stuff out there, and carts with the alcohol and food and hot dogs and pizza and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, the jet skiing's fun. Maybe not so much in the Gulf, but you get back in the bay and whatnot, it's probably a lot smoother.
Have you tried parasurfing? I was watching some dudes do that on the honeymoon. I was fascinated by they're just holding that big, and man, it's taking them all over, and they can twist. It was really cool. I was like, wow, look at that dude staying up. How does he do that?
That would be over my days. That's too many fourth quarters ago, Rick.
That's true. That's very.
My kids used to parasail. That was fun, watching them go up there and get up there pretty high in a parachute, and they'd always drop them down and dip them in the water, before they reeled them in. Yeah, that was kind of cool back in the day. But yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Just hope we don't see any sharks.
No sharks, and you're fine. All right, brother. Well, have a great time. I know you will. I hope you have a great 4th weekend. Thanks to Louise Baker team, Long and Foster. I know she's going to be celebrating 4th of July, probably selling a bunch of houses. So
that'd be great. We love Louise and appreciate everything she does. And she's a great Hokie. And I know she's looking forward to football season just like everybody else is.
Exactly. All right, brother. Safe travels, man. Have a great time.
All right, Rick. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you later.
All right, man. Be good. There you go.
Okay.
Berta, heading to Florida. It's awesome. I'd like to be down there just one time, hanging out. I'd like to have some tuna tips prepared by Mike Burnham. That'd be delicious. Morris says, stop on down, Mike. I'll give you a roadie drink if you're not driving. Down at the Palm Coast, you just have roadie drinks available. That's nice. Wade says, Mike's preparing the buffet buddies for road trip. Yeah, it's Mike's off-season training to get ready for the travel for the season. That's what he's doing. Yeah, I mean, you know how practice gets started in August for the team? Well, he's practicing now here in July to get ready. I think I'd like tuna tips better too. I think that's where I would be on it. I think I'd be more down with the tuna tips. Yeah, I would. But I want to try gator bites. I told you on the honeymoon we had them ready. Like went to the place and then they said, "Oh, we ran out about 2 hours ago." I'm like, okay, well, all right, okay." Good stuff today. Good stuff today. When you heard Mike talk about Maryland, it is pivotal, man, for them. I don't know what they're going to look like. We'll get into that with Ashley on Friday too. They are a curious examination, Maryland, not just football, but Maryland athletics since they moved to the Big Ten. Good broccoli and salads down there too. Well, first of all, there's no good broccoli. But Johnny Holiday told me that. He said, "Rick, it's the best line." He goes, "Maryland made the necessary move, the business move to go to the Big Ten, but the fans didn't come with us." I remember him saying that. We were on press row before a game, and I always want to hang out with Johnny. He's great. One of the best to ever do it. And I was like, I think I used it on the air. What's up, Muriel the Bunny? Please subscribe. That I think describes it perfectly. It's not a fit, man. Maryland, the Big Ten is just not a fit. Rutgers in the Big Ten is clearly not a fit. You know what I'm going to do? I've had a lot of okay. So people on the professional door text line, what did you say? UVA to the SEC? No, it's not. But Mike's right, and I've heard that over the last month. You know what I'll do today? I'm going to reach out to Big Ten guy today. Big Ten guy knows a lot. Big Ten guy has not been wrong, by the way. And I'm going to ask him, what's up with why the SEC? Why is that true? Why would the SEC want Virginia? Is it Big Ten? I understand completely. Thank you, Bunny. Appreciate that. That's awesome. Come back. Be with us. We're here every 6 to 8:30 live every morning. Weekdays. Big Dog Pop on Thursday. We talk about everything else other than sports. Well, sometimes it segues into sports. Moore says, "I can have anything ready, just need 30 minutes notice. Tuna tips are like sushi, but the smoked fish dip made right." Yeah, I'd have to have it. Yeah, I'd have to have it with something. Yeah. I'm sitting here trying to rationalize why the SEC would entertain Virginia. And look, I know we have a lot of UVA people that watch. I'm not knocking you. If you know, chime in, please. Why the SEC? Big Ten, I completely get it. The academic prestige, as presidents all hobnob together. Thomas Jefferson. The AAU thing. Totally understand. We're not even talking about the athletics programs, but the aesthetics make a lot of sense. It makes no sense in the SEC. To me, I'll reach out to Big Ten guy. See what he says. Another win on the schedule. But I just don't think that's not what they're looking at. They're not looking to add teams just because it might make it. They're looking at the future expansion. And so counting Mike, that's about half a dozen people I've heard this from over the last 2 weeks. Why? What's up, Dirk? What's up from Fort Bragg? Well, if you serve, Dirk, thank you to everyone. Vandy needs a rival, Wayne says. You think that's what it is? They're focused just on Vandy? I don't know. I don't get it. And many of you have already pointed out, I mean, you can't compare football fan bases in any way, shape, or form. There's a lot of things that UVA can try to claim that they have over Virginia Tech. They certainly cannot even approach the fan enthusiasm over football. Virginia Tech crushes UVA 10 out of 10 times. You talk about a total contrast now, just in your basic core thing. There's no bigger contrast in Virginia Tech football athletics than Virginia. Well, I'll say football, because Virginia Tech basketball, they sell out JPJ. I'm talking about for football, there is no, you can't even try to defend it if you're a UVA person. Big Ten, I get. And I'll ask Big Ten guy where they stand. I've heard UVA to Big Ten back when when we restarted the radio show and all this started percolating again. I heard UVA and the Big Ten was always kind of something that people thought was going to happen. But SEC is something's out there, man, because that's now Mike's heard it. Something's out there. Don't know why. That just seems like, well, that seems like when Rick Ocasek married Paulina Politskova. It just doesn't make sense. UVA drinks more Zima than PT, Big House says. Need that power rowing school in the SEC, Wade says. That's what they're doing. They're upping the ante of all these power rowing budgets. Vandy in Florida used to be the only AAC academic members for expansion. UVA would be dog meat in the SEC. Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. We will do some digging and try to get some viable, reasoning. Any event. Great stuff today. Chat, you're awesome as always. On McClellan Chiropractic chat room, as well as Professional Door text line. Tomorrow, we're going to tell you about some cool stuff with Professional Door. The 40-year celebration begins tomorrow. Everybody enjoy the final day of June. Tomorrow's the Hump Day edition of the program. We'll slide over together as seamlessly as possible. Thanks, everyone. Thanks to our guests today, and we will see you tomorrow.